Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. I make videos about marriage to a woman from the Philippines. Of course, it has to start somewhere, like dating and contacting someone. And I have many videos about that too, if you want to check out the playlists on YouTube. And they don't have those playlists availability, I don't think, on TikTok. But if you want to see over 1,800 videos and pick and choose, they're over there. You're welcome to leave me a private message over here if you're watching on TikTok, or email me at lovebeyondthesea4you@gmail.com. And the 4 there is the letter 4. This is from Forbes.com. Mark Travers is a psychologist. I referred to him many times because I've been interested in a long time about relationships and how they work and what to do. And I really enjoy reading articles like him. And I want to try to apply that to those of you like myself who are interested or maybe are married to a woman from the Philippines. Maybe you're dating her. And there are some signs that you could have a functional relationship. It's just a loveless relationship. Please leave a comment here today on Love Beyond the Sea and consider subscribing. Now, you may notice some things in others or your own relationship. For example, physical affection feels like an obligation. This, to me, would be more noticeable if you're married like my wife is over here in America. We've been married since 2015. Physical affection feels like an obligation. Physical intimacy, they say here, including hugs, kisses, cuddles, and sexual activity, is a cornerstone of romantic relationships. Numerous studies, they say, suggest that these affectionate gestures not only strengthen emotional closeness and passion, but also support mental and physical well-being. I agree with what Mark has written here. In a loving relationship, such displays of affection feel meaningful and organic, contributing to a deep sense of connection between partners. Now, let me interrupt here and comment how a lot of people have told me, since I've had a channel since 2018, that, these relationships will never work. Your wife will leave you as soon as she gets her green card, as soon as she's a citizen, and so on and so forth. And we got married in 2015. We're still together. But I can see this happening when you marry a woman from the Philippines with an age gap that you might feel like, well, we're together, but I don't sense she really loves me. And that can happen. And continuing here, they say in a loveless relationship, physical affection can feel mechanical or transactional. While moments of intimacy may still occur, they often lack the emotional resonance that once characterized them, leading to feelings of detachment and unfulfillment. When physical affection transforms into a routine or obligation, they say here it serves as a warning sign that the relationship has lost its emotional depth, indicating the intimacy has shifted from a natural expression of love to a mere task to complete. Now, that's the end of that part of his article. Now, over time, I think it's natural that, the intimacy just kind of loses some of its pizzazz. I mean, I've only been married 9.5 years. Maybe some of you have been married twice that long. Would let me know if you kind of lose a little something over time. I don't think that would be, a sign of a relationship is falling apart. I think it's only natural when you get used to things and you get comfortable with that person that, you just, not that it's not as important, but, there's only one first time and first year of being married and celebrating your first anniversary. And physical affection, you hope, is there throughout, the course of your relationship. Over time, it's likely that the older foreigner is going to lose his, zest or a zeal for a relationship. He gets older, maybe things don't work as well. And but that's something that his wife is going to have to understand, and they're going to have to talk about. Nevertheless, you need to, as a man, understand that you got to meet your wife's needs, and if she's a lot younger, she's going to have needs that are going to outlive or outlast yours, rather. And so you really can't say, well, I'm older, I don't care, I'm out of steam, I just not interested in that sexual part anymore. You can't do that. If you marry somebody, you've got to look through time and say, okay, I might live this long, she's going to be that long, or this old, she's still going to want intimacy, and I have to do the best I can to please her. So I guess I'm telling you, be open to anything that you can do for her to show her that you're interested in her pleasure. If you have to take a supplement like Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, whatever, doctors prescribe that like candy. And if you need it, it can help you. Of course, that gets to another area of physical affection that I want to talk about real quick is, as I've talked about many times, is the way you treat her. And if a man takes her for granted, a husband, let's say, and he starts to not pay attention to her, he's more wrapped up in his own interests and hobbies. Maybe it's his work if he's still working, and he really kind of puts more emphasis on that. Maybe he's tired of traveling and doing things. Maybe he's not offering her, emotional support. Maybe he's not supporting her in the goals that she has in her life. Remember, she's a lot younger and she's in his country, and even if they're in the Philippines, he should do everything he can, in my opinion, to help her reach her goals and support that. He's older. He's probably done pretty much all he's wanted to do. Why not turn that attention to her, being the best supporting husband you can to her? And I will bet that that will help with physical intimacy. And the hugs, the kisses, the cuddles, they say here, that just has to be all the time. I think you just have to train your mind. Let's say she comes home from work, you give her a hug, you give her a kiss. You try to go up there and meet her coming in the door. You're watching TV, you want to put your arm around her. You're in bed, you want to sleep close together. That sort of physical affection, it seems like a small thing, but if it's consistent and she believes that it's genuine, then I think that will help keep the sexual part going. Because if she doesn't respect you, or she's being mistreated, the physical affection is not going to be there, and then she probably will feel like it's an obligation, and that's something you want to avoid. So I realize this is a controversial topic, as many things dealing with relationships are, but you can come here and hear talk about all kinds of things that a man would have to know about staying married with a woman from the Philippines or any other country, or even his own country. This channel is about marital relationship, is about love, essentially. And I have a whole playlist on YouTube about love that describes many, many types of ways to describe love so that you get a fuller idea of it. Love is very sacrificial, and it's not about yourself. A lot of relationships end up, and they go sour, they go bad, because one starts putting too much emphasis on themselves, and maybe also they just feel like the relationship shouldn't require any work. Well, it does. You have to be a good listener. You have to be supportive, and many, many, many other things, too many to mention here, but Love Beyond the Sea is about that. And you're probably not going to find this sort of open, frank discussion anywhere else with a relationship with a woman from the Philippines. So please consider subscribing here to Love Beyond the Sea.